So now that I've cleaned up my mess and secured a little bit of funding, it's really only natural that we escalate. I don't yet know how, I especially don't know why, and I even don't know where, but we're gonna do it. Because we have quite a bit of dirt going up that, I want it like a constant stream of dirt to the point where the game just gives up. Currently, we have 15 drills, so I'm thinking we just double that. I mean, how hard could that be to do? The answer is, it doesn't matter because I've got too much time on my hands. The first painful thing we need to do is find a home for 1,000,000 boxes that are also all blacksmithed down. And good luck finding the hammer on this mess. And the boxes have been released, now to find them a home. I don't mean to intimidate anyone with my intelligence, but I found a simple storage solution that couldn't possibly backfire in 10 or 20 minutes. We're due to give myself some more room down here, particularly in the storage area. Just pickaxing dirt by itself is going to take a long time. If I'm really lucky, I'll find some treasure here in the dirt. Well, I haven't started to regret this idea yet, so that's a good sign. Anyways, I'm gonna go grab 15 of these drills for now. Then we can figure out how we're gonna plumb this all. And I forgot I still had a bunch of crap in the back of my truck. But look how low the fuel is getting anyways. I've got a solution for that. And now we have a gray truck. Well, at least the game isn't lagging yet. So then we also need 15 Davids, which only cost $35,000. For some reason, the drills don't want to place exactly where I want them. They'll place literally any other place though, just not there. And things are definitely a little bit laggy since I brought all this equipment here. There's number 15, and I hear a computer fan. We haven't even turned this thing on yet. I love pickaxing dirt so much. The hardest part of any of these projects is figuring out how to orient these the right way, because there's a million different ways to rotate these, and it gets very tricky how to do that every single time. But that should work. Now I just need to do that 14 more times, then attach the electricity and water to each and every one of those. By the time I'm done that, I will definitely be in regret mode. You know, if I was smart, I probably would have moved this operation above ground, that way I don't have to carry everything below, because I individually have to carry things from there down to there, then run up, grab the next thing, and run down. That eats up a lot of time. There's all the Davids laid down. Now I have to figure out how to plumb it and also find my pick again, because I know it's around somewhere. Even just figuring out like how to place these is going to take a good few minutes. I'm also long overdue to just do this. If you follow the natural slope of the ground, you can actually have a clear, smooth path. I wonder how many times I've made the trip to the store. Sometimes I wish my ideas were more well thought out. Plus, it's once again doing that thing where I need to stand just right just to attach pieces together. And we've got all the T's and all the bends put in. I still need to connect them all, but we're making progress. And believe me, this just gets funner and funner as time goes on. Are we ready for this excitement? It's exciting to me, okay? I'm spending hours putting pipes together. The water pipes are actually fairly easy to connect. That's already done. All it took was 3 extra pieces of pipe. Now it's just the wiring, and then we'll see how the game likes this. Wait, did my old truck have pieces I would need? I'm not going through all that. We're gonna go buy brand new pieces. Because nothing says I'm rich like buying all new pieces when you probably have enough lying around somewhere. And you know what? Let's buy a few extras anyway. You can never have too much crap lying all over your ground. And we still haven't cleared enough dirt. There's always more dirt in the way. I also haven't decided where to connect all the electrical, but that's a problem for 10 minutes from now. It actually looks kind of nice right now while nothing's moving. So all I really have to do is connect this over to that somehow. I've got an idea of how to do that, but we'll see. And there's the final piece that shouldn't get in the way of anything, except for maybe me, but whatever the case, I can now walk along the top of my drills, and that works not bad. I think the final piece of the puzzle for now is going to be lots and lots of repair kits, because I've got 800 very hungry drills that are going to be breaking every 10 seconds. This is all going to be worth it though. We've invested probably hundreds of thousands of dollars just today, but we're going to make that back in no time. I'm also not factoring in the damage I'm doing to my computer, because by the sound of it, it's not super thrilled right now. And then before we turn all of these on for the first time, I want to repair them, just so that we can be sure that they're all going once they are on. Even turning on all 30 of these seems like a tedious task, just because there's that many of them. And I think we're more or less ready to get started, so one thing at a time, let's see how this is gonna go. So for the first time ever, hopefully there's gonna be 30 drills going. No lights so far, so that's an optimistic sign. Anyone? Does any one of the drills want to work? The conveyor's also not working again, so that's curious. Never mind, I see the problem. I replaced this and I shouldn't have. That is stupid, but I'm glad it wasn't a more complex fix than that. There we go, that's the sound we want to hear. So most of the drills on one side are going. I assume once these get some dirt underneath them, they'll start going. We are again getting that intermittent conveyor problem though. I'm really not sure what that's about. We might add another one of those power plant things to fuel everything. Well, there's our first bit of dirt. And I did see some of the lights on the drills down there go on. We're just getting intermittent power, which is super annoying. Even as those few drills though spit a lot of dirt out. There we go. The lights came on for a second. The game is trying real hard to make this work. I can't really blame it for not working super well so far, but whatever, it'll get there. You know what, before we go any further, I'm basically just gonna go grab another one of these things and just fuel the other side from its entirely separate area. So before we do that, let's pick it out. I'm at least gonna have the conveyor running on its own system. It seems to be the thing struggling the most, aside from me. And now before going to get all these new parts, we've got to unload all the old parts. These pieces are expensive at $25,000, but they're absolutely worth it. Then I just need to kind of visualize exactly what we're gonna need to put all this together. And since I'm just too lazy and or stupid to do that, I'm just gonna buy a whole bunch of everything and hope it works out okay. I think I'm actually gonna split it half and half because we tend to divide the resources right here anyways. So this new power plant powers this side, including this conveyor. The other side does the other side. Again, this probably isn't the greatest idea I've ever had, but whatever, we'll find a way to make this work. This might not be the prettiest design I've ever had, but it's actually going to work. So if I fire that one up, everything seems to be moving without any stoppages along the way. So that's a good sign. Aside from the fact that I'm stuck, things are looking up. So I'm going to try and let everything... Wow, I just fell right back into the hole. I'm going to let everything try and run for a second and make sure it's all going to work. But so far, it's looking good. It is at least pretty consistent right now. Here comes all the dirt, and I forgot to turn that other conveyor on, so that's maybe going to cause some issues. That's okay. The dirt clump's just kind of consolidated, but there we go. There's a bunch of dirt going up. It's maybe falling a little bit closer to the edge of the conveyor than I would like, but we have a remedy for that if need be. Let's see what's going to go at the top. Kind of worried about that big dirt chunk. I'm going to process that separately because I don't want to overwhelm things quite too quickly. That's a sound I like to hear though. There's lots of stuff coming out the end and it's the big stuff too. So yeah, I think this is going to work out very, very nicely because it's pretty much going to be that just endlessly now. Well, I was hoping it would be endless, maybe once they kind of average themselves out, but we'll see. We got a long ways to go and I'm going to go through a lot of repair kits. But so far this is working about as well as I expected. A few bumps along the way, but so far so good. The only resource I am physically piling up are going to be the gems just because I don't really know what else to do with them. Everything else smelts itself, including the cloudium now. Everything coming over the conveyors tends to ride to one side, but that doesn't really seem to be a problem right now. But look at all the dirt coming out. This is going to be fun. And we also have several breakdowns already. That's not a big surprise though, is it? My job at this point really is basically going to be full-time fixing things. All I got to do is apply my wrench to things to fix them. Weren't you broken? By the time I was done wrenching, I have to come back and get another repair kit. Adding some filters probably would help for this, and I probably will eventually, but I just wanted to make sure this was going to work before I got too carried away. Yeah, this is going to work out really nicely. Wait, why is that thing not going? Did you break already? It probably broke already. Those things break every 5 seconds. There we go, and now it's probably going to process everything there. No? Well, we're going to have a pretty massive buildup of stuff in there. But I just want to sit here for a minute and enjoy the gold. Now, where is my leg stick? It's definitely lagging pretty hard at times, so we're clearly moving some material. Found it. It's already processing a lot of material every single second, but we're just going to kind of give it a little lift up to jar all that stuff loose. I want to sit up here while I do it, though. Come on. Maybe I do need to get down closer. And, oh, I think we got it because the game's skipping a beat. Maybe 2. Okay, it might have crashed. I think it crashed. Never mind. It came back to life. There's a lot of gold going through the thing right now. But that's fun. That actually took a long time to recover, but I'm impressed that it managed to recover itself. That was probably like $100,000 in gold right there. I wonder if we could do that again just for fun. We could let a bunch of little rocks build up here and let them through all at once. It would probably almost definitely crash the game, but it would be pretty amusing. Anyways, I suspect the things down below probably basically all need to be repaired by this point. I'm going to fix this for now because it's running out of life every 10 seconds. Yep. This is what I expected. The other problem too that I never really considered is it's hard to access these even to fix them now. I literally can't keep up right now with all this stuff breaking. By the time I get back and fix it and come back down, there's more stuff broken again. And then it hides for a second, so it's hard to see which ones are broken. I suspect by now we probably have a decent one of these bars, so let's go stuff this in something. I wonder how much money we're making per minute. So, I think that thing happened again. We're gonna have a lot of dirt piled in here. So let's see if we can do it again and make a whole bunch of stuff spit out the end. I don't know how long stuff's been piling up for, but I guess I have to repair it first anyways. Okay, I just repaired it and there's a lot of stuff currently going. You can see the little stream of gold out the end. Now I'm gonna touch this and the game's gonna pause for a second. This time, I was gonna say, I think it might have actually crashed this time because that took a long time. And there we go, the conveyors are a little bit fuller this time. That's a lot of gold coming out. But that goes to show you kind of our gold per second. We still have a big mess of, where did the big one come from? Someone really needs to be steering this ship. At least we're making some money. I think my thing also... Yeah, it stopped working again. It was still processing dirt for some reason, but it had stopped already because it's processing 1,000 things per second. I've definitely never had gold being processed this fast. We're making such an absurd amount of money right now that I can't help but smile. Well, I'm pretty sure this thing can babysit itself for a while. I've got a little side project to work on because we're obviously long overdue to play with logic explosives. Not entirely sure how these work, but we're going to use them to clean up. 10 of them should do for now. This is a logic button. This is a logic switch. I think we need to use one of these to activate the TNT. I've been gone all of 5 minutes, but I bet my mind has turned into a giant disaster already. Well, I can already see my processor stopped working again, and that's just kind of fun because I like letting this thing go. Even though it can take like 5 minutes to actually do its thing. But you know what? It's worth the wait. Went a lot quicker that time. Still a big pile of stuff going on, so I'm not going to complain. And it's still just a pretty steady stream of stuff going in. Look at all the crystals, look at all the everything. Anyways, I've got some other stuff I want to focus on today because I'm pretty curious if I want to place this. Oh, we're not allowed to place it here because it's outside of my ground. That's okay. Pretty sure I have a solution for this too. So we're going to put this probably right there. Then we're going to attach the logic button. Then we're going to add a few of the things we don't really use anymore. And we're just going to kind of place them somewhere in the vicinity. Just because I want to see what happens if we blow stuff up. Look, we can clean up this way. So those can hang out there. Let's throw a few more bombs down there. And then we're going to pile everything we don't want on top. That is if bombs blow up other bombs. We need to experiment first. You go here. Then we're going to apply the logic switch this time. I'm not sure if there's a difference, but we're going to experiment. Then I'm going to place another one nearby and see if they do chain react or not. Whoops. And go. They do. Interesting. The game definitely also loved that, by the way. So... yeah, this is going to take a while. I mostly just need to strategically place bombs a few areas. As long as they're close enough to each other to set up a chain reaction from the detonation point, then we can fill this whole hole in with whatever we want to destroy. Does that look like a good chain reaction? That looks like a pretty good chain reaction. Now we just throw in a bit of a healthy mix of whatever I want. Basically, anything that I'm not using currently is going in here, because anything I need, I'll just buy in the future anyways. Whoops. And don't you worry, as we're going, I am going to throw a few bombs in there just to, you know, help distribute the explosives. One thing I am, however, not going to explode are the boxes. I always need boxes. I'm impressed sometimes with how much crap I've managed to accumulate over the many hours of this game. It's mostly this stuff that I want to get rid of anyways, because this is the stuff that I'm never ever going to use again. This is one of those rare times when I am going to utilize pallets. The game is probably also going to love this. But that's whatever, down you go. Alright, now we need more explosives. I feel like this will do. Maybe I could have gone a little heavier. The game's not lagging driving these around. The trick is going to be getting the truck close to the hole, but not in the hole. That way it's very quick to pick up a bomb, toss it on in. Pick up a bomb, toss it on in until there's no more left in the truck. And there we go. It really seems like a lot less bombs once you get them out of the truck and into a giant hole. But that's okay because this is perhaps a precursor to a bigger, better idea anyways. Oh, they didn't even chain reaction properly. Luckily, I do have another button, so we're gonna put it maybe on this guy down here where he's definitely more attached to everything else. Ready and go. Wait, go. There it is. It's just a little picky at times. And now we have a bigger hole than before and still a few TNTs left even. We've also cleaned up quite a bit of our mess. But this also makes me think of other ideas. Also, our gold and Claudium are worth 110,000 and 5,309 because apparently Claudium isn't worth very much by itself. But we mined this up in a very short amount of time. But now I mostly just want to play with bombs more.